Hello and welcome to day 12 of our Advent calendar. We're going to open our crystal Advent calendar. We're going to look at some cards, and we're going to have some extra messages as well because it's also the 12-12 portal, and as I said that, 12 seconds on my clock. Love it. Okay, let's take a look at our crystal for today. What do we have? Oh wow, look at that piece of turquoise. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. Just look at that colour. Beautiful. It may or may not have been dyed to give it a bit more of a vivid colour. I'm not sure. I mean, to be fair, this was quite expensive, so I would hope not. Blue turquoise, the stone of relaxation, reduces anxiety, stress and tension and banishes aggressiveness and emotional upsets. Also a very protective stone too. Resonates with the throat chakra, helps us to speak our truth and to be heard. Beautiful. Love this stone. I love all the little pits in it as well, little holes. I always seem to pick crystals that have a lot of damage because I resonate with that. I've taken a lot of damage. Love this one. Love these three big, kind of like this triangle formation on the front here. That's interesting, isn't it? Almost like a, this is weird, that looks like a saxophone to me, so that could be a message for somebody as well. So right, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6. This one goes on this side next to the other piece of turquoise. Well, that's appropriate, isn't it? Next to the white howlite. Okay, so who spotted my intentional mistake? The pink rhodonite was here all along when we were looking at the rhodonite yesterday. Okay, was it yesterday, day before? I forget, because I did the 10th and 11th at the same time, so don't come at me. Right, so we are going to start with the Toracle cards. So the Toracle by my good friend Jules Rain, the Art of Intuitive Alchemy Toracle, the symbolic language of self-discovery. Absolutely love these cards. I've loved her artwork, admired her artwork for a long time. I do have some pieces of it as well. Amazing lady, very intuitive artist. So go check out her stuff on Etsy. The link to this deck is below, and you can find way more in her store. So she might even do commissions if you ask nicely. All right, what messages do we have for today? The 12-12 Oracle. Okay, the 12-12 Oracle. Oh, I meant to say portal. Isn't that interesting? The word Oracle jumped out of my mouth. That's very interesting. It means it's a day of Oracle. It means there's a day when there are a lot of messages for us, doesn't it, Skull? Yes. Was chatting to my rose quartz crystal skull earlier. Very, very powerful, beautiful, benevolent crystal skull, this one. We were having a little chat, weren't we, about love. And so I have some love cards here as well to have a look at. I've got the Lover's Oracle, so we are going to get some love messages as well for the 12-12 Oracle portal. So there we go. All right, so what do we need to know? What's our message, our guidance? 50, Seer. Well, if that isn't an oracle, I don't know what is. 41, Dreamscape. Oh. 22, Starlight. Love that one. Oh, well, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Thank you, Toracle cards. I tell you what, these never cease to amaze me when I work with these cards. They're so incredible to work with. Just they're so powerful, and I absolutely love the imagery. And because I'm a very intuitive reader, I go very deep into these cards when I look at them. It's like, I don't like read books and memorize meanings, although I have finally done that with the tarot. I resisted for so long because I am an intuitive reader. I always have been, and I've always relied way more on my intuition, my natural ability, my natural clairvoyance than any book. But I do find the tarot fascinating, and I did want to learn the traditional meanings. And this deck does include some of the traditional major arcana, but with a bit of a twist. So 50. Halfway to 100. Now 50 is an interesting one because it's a number of wisdom, great wisdom of the mind, where we've learned a lot, where we've achieved a lot. But also when we were in our 50s, I feel we've got some people watching who are actually in that decade of their life right now, or maybe who've been through it. But it feels like that kind of looks like I want to say like oh, I can see what it is. It's actually a statue of a lady, but for a second, that I'm going to be careful. I'm not going to zoom in on it because I don't think she has any clothes on, and I don't have my sensor shells in place right now, so let's just gloss over that. But, I finally saw it was a sculpture of a lady in stone, I think. I can't tell because I'd need a magnifying glass, literally, to see that. But I saw it as a crystal, as a big crystal point like this. That's what I saw. But kind of like, I wanted to say kind of like a smoky quartz like this one, or maybe a citrine, and I was torn. I wasn't sure which one it was. But now I see why, because it's actually neither. But I'm getting the vibe of smoky quartz and of citrine here as well. So smoky quartz, very protective crystal, very powerful crystal. Helps to absorb and redirect negativity, absorb and redirect EMFs, various negative vibrations, very useful crystal. Mine has like a little window on it as well. This is a very interesting one to work with. And then the snake coming up here, helping us to speak the truth, to speak our truth, and I would say our spiritual truth as well, because to me that's representative of the Kundalini rising, also representative of healing. So the seer, isn't she beautiful? And she's got music here as well, like manuscript, sheet music. And I can't even see what that is in the corner. Again, I'm gonna have to get a magnifying glass out and have a really good look at these, because you can go so deep into these cards. And then there's the contrasting black and white, but it's black and white teeth. It's like the truth has teeth. Do you really want to know the truth? Because it has teeth, and we can no longer hide behind comforting lies when we see the truth. When the seer speaks to us, when the oracle speaks to us and tells us our truth, are we ready for it? Are we ready for it? Interesting. Yeah. Fascinating. But yes, there's certainly wisdom coming through from the higher realms through the infinity symbol here as well. That higher wisdom that is always with us. And this symbol, this kind of shape here, representative of the center of the Vesica Pisces, the divine birth canal. So what is being birthed anew through our oracle, through our divinity, through our intuition, that which we understand, that which the vision that we are gifted with by our higher self, by our guides, by God, Goddess. What do we see there? What do we choose to see? What do we choose to... Oh, I said say. I meant to say see. What do we choose to say? That's another interesting one, because with the turquoise here, are we censoring ourselves unnecessarily when the truth would be more appropriate? That's a good question. We've got lots of turquoise colour in the Dreamscape card, and I've just been told by my guides to go back to the first one because we've not finished with this yet. I've been told off. Okay, this is fine. Oh, so much here in this card, so much to pull out. So much depth. There's an unevenness to the truth. There is an unevenness. There is fire. There is passion. There's salt and water. Love her little headdress here. Beautiful. There is so much that we do not know. But I feel, yes, now I'm being given the green light to move to the next card. This is how I work, guys. Under instruction, getting told off at every turn. I feel like messages will be coming through our dreams at this time. Maybe tonight, maybe it was last night, maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's very, very soon. But very powerful dreams coming through, premonitions, visions of the future, messages about what could be, potential, guidance, wisdom coming through, in confusing languages, in confusing the language of symbolism, the language of it's the language of symbolism, the language of images that can confuse us, because in Dreamscape we can't write any words. They come out as nonsense because we're using the wrong part of our brain. Have you ever tried to read a newspaper in a dream? I've tried to read things in dreams and they're just utter nonsense. You can't do it. You're using the wrong part of your brain. It doesn't work. You very rarely see a word written correctly in a dream. But that's okay. The balancing, it's going to allow us to see that the sunshine is the blessing to the desert, not the curse. Oh, that's profound. Okay. Yes. Going to help us to see clearly, but also help us to speak clearly moving forward so that we can manifest that which it is that we want, with 41 as well, 41, 5. Bring it, so it's another 5, just like 50 reduces to 5 as well. 5 plus 0 is 5. So at 50, it's divine, unlimited potential of the void, of the no-thingness leading the conscious mind. But here it's the individual leading the physical world, and it reduces to the mind. So the mind is the conduit for that. So our lower mind, as we call it, is actually very important. It's very useful to us. It allows us to do things and achieve things in this 3D realm. You know, it'd be very difficult to function without. Oh, to some degree. Now I'm yawning. Big yawn. Energy shift, guys. Who else felt that? Okay. Gorgeous. There's a connection to the fae here, to the fairy realms, to the elementals, specifically the fairies and elves, I'm being told here as well. So, I mean, fairy folk or elves could actually show up in your dreams at the moment. Pay attention if they do. They're there to give you messages. They are there to guide and teach you. There is something to be said about guiding and teaching through music with all of these cards as well. Maybe you play music, maybe you want to be in the public eye, maybe you have been, maybe you are. Maybe you have some celebrities watching who are involved in the music industry, you know, influential people watching, all kinds of people watch my channel. I'm here for everybody. The star. 22, starlight. 22 for the feet of the goddess. Absolutely gorgeous energy. I love these pinks and magentas. They really speak to me. They are my colours. And she has her eyes closed, notice, whereas these two have their eyes open. This is something I love about this deck. Some of them have their eyes open, some of them have their eyes closed. And it's very interesting to observe when you're looking at the images. But look at this gorgeous triangular shape. And it's the same sort of triangular shape that I was noticing. Obviously, that's more of an equilateral triangle. And this is, you know, much flatter, kind of less angular triangle. Less angular. What am I saying? The angles in a triangle always add up to 180 degrees, don't they, for every triangle in the world? That's just one of those things. I think that's right. Don't come at me if that's wrong. It's been a long time. This is kind of more of a squished one. This is a much taller triangle. Triangles. Okay. There's a connection to triangles here. Could literally be the musical instrument, the triangle, which I like to joke that that's the one that I play. Of course, I do play other ones as well, but people don't need to know that. There's no need to brag. I don't play them that well. So, the wounded star is what I want to talk about here. Because look, what is this marking on her neck? To me, that almost looks like a wound that has stitches. And it's purple, so it's quite recent. I want to talk about the wounded star. She who guides others. She who is tapped in. She is a guide. She is connected to the elementals. She guides and heals and helps others. But she is wounded. She is wounded. She is hanging on by her fingernails. And that could be you, could be an element or an aspect of you, could be somebody you know. But there is a coming together of energies right now in balance. There is a balancing that is long overdue. We have been asking for things, we have been asking for manifestations, and we have been waiting, and we have been diverted and sent on tangents, and it's been a confusing couple of years. And I want to say it's due to come in now. And one of the problems with this time is that everything's coming in at once. And Chrissy did warn us this was going to happen. Chrissy from Zeta Afuki. If you don't know her channel, I'll link it below. She's amazing. Check her out. My good friend, Chrissy Sawyer. Good friend and teacher. She is definitely one of my teachers. One of my spiritual teachers. One of my guides. Has helped me a lot. And look, I'm holding my snake and my ammonite for some reason. So I'm holding some very ancient energies here. So there's the snake, which is reminiscent of this one here. You see. I don't think there's an ammonite anywhere on any of the cards, unless I haven't noticed, and I've just been unbelievably intuitive right now. But I am feeling the ancient ammonites. Very drawn to these energies. particularly, you might be very drawn to some of these fossilized energies which carry such ancient, ancient wisdom of creation, of perfection, of balance, and grounding too. Let's pop little Snaky. I wonder if Snaky will fit on my... No, not quite. Ah, it would have been too cool. Too good. All right, pop Snaky there. Let's pop Ammonite here. And let us get some Moonology cards. Get some extra messages here, because there's something very deep, very powerful and very ancient wanting to come through here. This is some deep messages coming through. Deep and ancient energies being released into the world right now. Something's being uncovered, something's being released that has been hidden from us for a long time. And this could be very literal, like, I don't know, uncovering Atlantis or the Library of Alexandria or something. You know what I mean? It's something very ancient that's been literally covered up. And everything that happens in the physical happens in the other realms as well. So there will be hidden knowledge coming to the fore right now as well at the same time. That's unavoidable. As above, so below. As within, so without. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. A time for healing, balsamic moon. Be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. Look at these lovely pinks and purples. Isn't that gorgeous? And these cards are not all pink and purple. I'll tell you that. They are not. There's all kinds of different colours. You know, there's blues, there's greens, there's yellows. Lots of pink and purple. There's lots of love and wisdom energy in the system right now. There's a lot going on. What is it that you need to do? And the cardinal signs are signs of leadership. They are the leaders of the zodiac. They are the ones who are the natural leaders. The North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Something has to be healed, but the only way to heal it is for you to take the first step. Okay, so can we elaborate on that, please? Work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. Okay. And it's time to release negativity, also in Scorpio, but this time it's the full moon. So we've got the two extremes going into very, very deep scorpionic waters, working on something very deep, very ancient primal fears. This is some deep emotional work for the 1212 portal. We are being guided to do deep emotional work that will allow us to release negativity, to release fears so that we can step forwards. And notice how all of these four cards are purple and that one's pink. Now, like I just said, there's all different coloured cards in this deck. They're not all pink and purple. Okay, so we've got the crown chakra here. So this is very deep work. This is deep spiritual, intuitive work. Scorpio is such an intuitive sign as well. Such a deep sign, such deep waters of emotion, such deep painful waters, sometimes with themes of betrayal. It's painful, ancient, dark, past emotions, possibly from past lives. Some of this stuff we're sifting through right now is actually from past lives, which is why it feels so deep, so dark. And there could be actually people in your life right now who are connected to your past lives that are making you go through this. This could be a love connection, not necessarily. It could be a friendship connection, you know, someone you work with, some sort of other connection. But I think for a lot of people it is going to be a love connection or some sort of romantic connection. So let's take some Lovers Oracle cards now just to finish off, to get some other advice messages. I remember most of these messages can also be taken in a platonic sense as well if the romantic doesn't apply to you. Take it as it applies to you. Or not. If it doesn't resonate, leave it for somebody else. Okay, let's see what we got. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So yes, and that comes right on top of the step out of your comfort zone and release negativity. What is holding you back? What negativity is holding you back? What fears are holding you back? What resentment is holding you back? You know, Scorpio holds a lot of resentment, can hold grudges like no one else. And boy, do they take revenge, you know. Two cards just fell out, so I'm going to bring them in. Oh no, it was 3 cards fell out. Okay. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Oh, what did I just say about resentment? Interesting. And reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And on the bottom we have wait. So it's certainly a time of waiting. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. If you're waiting for somebody right now, patience is needed. If there's somebody you want to be with that you can't be with right now, patience is needed. And use this time to work on yourself, to work on healing your own heart. And I think that's incredibly important right now, because I feel there are some powerful soulmate relationships, soulmate connections kind of being lined up for many of us right now, but they can't quite come together yet. And it's been very frustrating, because many of us have felt these connections and thought, wait a minute, that person's supposed to be with me. I know it. I know they want to be with me, but there's all these obstacles in the way. And why isn't it happening? You know, it feels like obstacles and obstacles and obstacles are being put in our way. It's been upsetting, it's been frustrating. You might have been asking yourself, what did I do wrong? Did I take a wrong turn? Did I not follow the universe's advice? No, that's not it. It's deeper than that. It makes more sense than that. And I want you to stop blaming yourself and just focus on your healing, healing any deep, dark, difficult feelings of resentment, of pain, those difficult emotions. Allow yourself to recognize them in yourself and to work through them. Okay. Proposal. Yeah, it's definitely a romantic connection here for a lot of people. A romantic or business opportunity is indicated, and it could be both. It could be someone you work with. Okay. 27, 9 and 2. Angel. Your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. So whatever is happening here, you are very much being protected angelically. You may have even asked the angels for help here with your love life or with various parts of your life. But if you've been waiting on someone, it could be literally someone that nothing's ever happened with before, who's never even confessed how they feel to you, but you know, because your intuition just knows. You know, you may have had dreams about them, you know the connection is there and you're waiting for them to actually, I don't know, pluck up the courage to tell you, or to be ready, maybe. But there's something here. There is something here. It cannot be rushed. That is the message. It cannot be rushed. But that is for the right reasons. So let's take this time to work through some things, to work on our own spirituality, to heal those dark, painful recesses of the mind where we store that resentment. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope this resonated for somebody out there. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow for the 13th. I'm off to open my chocolate advent calendar now. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Much love. Bye-bye.